fast-paced developments. It has been a day in which all the focus has shifted to the national capital, but tomorrow morning it will be all back to Vijayawada and Patna, with Chandrababu Naidu leaving Delhi and also Nitish Kumar flying out from Delhi to Patna.
But it's been an exciting day, Maria, seeing all the regional leaders arriving here in the national capital. Two sets of key meetings are taking place. The NDA meeting, you can see the Prime Minister there flanked by all the NDA allies. We're back to coalition government, and the meeting of the opposition India bloc, a resurgent opposition there, meeting as well this evening. That meeting took place after the meeting of the NDA. What we do know right now is that the swearing in for Prime Minister Modi 3.0 is going to take place on the 8th evening. That's the information so far. But we have a very special guest with us.
Yes, that's right. Gaurav Gogoi is joining us live. Congress candidate who won from a very, very prestigious seat of Jorhat. And Gaurav, congratulations. It is a battle well fought. You wrested Jorhat from BJP by a margin of 1.44 lakh votes. And you had the Chief Minister of Assam and the entire BJP, machinery out there to defeat you.
Well, all the credit lies with the people of Jorhat. Jorhat was one of the few Lok Sabha constituencies in India where the polling percentage had increased, and largely that was due to first-time voters and a lot of outstation voters who flew back to Jorhat, to Assam, just to cast their vote. And their vote was in favor of positive, principle-based politics. And I must say, you took the Chief Minister's name. Yes, he did campaign quite a lot. But I found, Maria, that his campaign actually benefited my campaign. The way the Chief Minister and his acolytes in the cabinet campaign, I actually call them my surprise star campaigners, because the more they came and visited Jorhat, the more they campaigned in Jorhat, the more my votes increased. And so I'm quite grateful to them as well.
In fact, Gaurav, in the course of campaigning, you said that you're like Abhimanyu and you're in a chakra view, but you're going to be victorious and you're going to come out of this chakra view. And indeed you were. So is that what you're saying when you described it as a chakra view, having the Chief Minister actually camping there along with, various leaders and taking you on?
Well, it was a typical BJP campaign, almost so much that it's predictable. That they had a lot of ministers flying in. They did a lot of big rallies. They poached key people from my party at the last minute. My party workers were threatened. Police were sent to threaten my party workers. And my seat was in the first phase. And this was a totally new seat for me. My previous seat is no longer exists thanks to the delimitation process. So I only had 30 days to prepare for this new seat. So it did feel very daunting at the beginning. But as I said, the way I crafted my campaign was as a complete antidote to the way the BJP conducted its campaign. I did not do a single big meeting. It was a very people-oriented campaign. It was a very youthful campaign. I, in fact, had a lot of university students volunteering on my behalf. A lot of elderly people volunteering on my behalf. And I was very mindful to be respectful that people deserve to hear about a vision from their politicians. They deserve to hear principles and ideals from their politicians. And that's what I tried to do. I remained humble and I remained connected to the ground. And I think that's what, in fact, stood as a complete alternative to the way the BJP did its campaign. And in fact, we won quite handsomely what was supposed to be a close neck-to-neck election, as predicted by most pollsters, turned out to be a very one-way election with 1.5 lakh margin for the Congress party.
And Gaurav, looking at your campaign, and of course you have reasons to celebrate today as you head to Delhi for other negotiations which are happening in the India bloc. You know, you had Priyanka Gandhi Vadra campaign for you. What about other senior Congress leaders? You know, there are leaders of your party who complain that the central leadership did not offer enough support. Will you be saying anything close to that?
Well, I'm very grateful to Priyanka Gandhi when she campaigned, because she came at the last minute. The 2 days before campaigning ended. So she came around the 15th and campaigning ended on the 17th. So, you know, she capped off our campaign wonderfully and beautifully because it was pouring on that day. It was the thunderstorms. And yet, you know, the minute she started her campaign in Tittabur, it seemed like the gods listened to our prayers and the sky cleared and we had wonderful weather for the 1.5 hours that was there. I must say it was a surprise for me not to have the Prime Minister campaign in the first phase in Assam. The Prime Minister did not go to any seat in Assam which were going to polls in phase 1. And I think that also shows the kind of overconfidence that they might have had. And overconfidence and arrogance was a key theme in people's mind. I think a lot of people, when they were going to vote, they said that this party is becoming way too arrogant for itself. And even voters who traditionally vote for BJP felt that this time they need to vote for Congress just so that they can teach the BJP a lesson in humility.
All right, interesting that you say that. You know, the focus now, of course, on all that's happening here in Delhi with the meeting of the NDA earlier, the India opposition is, you know, meeting currently. Your thoughts on, you know, the kind of speculation and talks taking place about what will be the priority for the opposition now, whether at all any, you know, efforts will be made to cobble numbers, or the priority really to be this feisty opposition and get things done?
Well, I think if I understand the people's vote, the people clearly had democracy, preserving the ideas of democracy in their mind. People clearly had unemployment, inflation in their mind when they were voting. And if we do want a party or a political platform that will address the issues of democracy, of parliamentary democracy, of unemployment and inflation, and the only political platform that was raising those issues was the India Alliance. So if we find that people of India are concerned about these issues, the only political platform that can address and resolve these issues is the India Alliance. And as Rahul Gandhi ji said and Mallikarjun Kharge said in their press conference yesterday, it is in the end for the alliance to decide what is the future course of action. And I think here is where we are very different from the NDA. The NDA is a very top-down alliance where only the Prime Minister speaks and hardly anybody else gets a chance to speak in those meetings. Obviously, in today's scenario, the roles might be different. But in India Alliance, every leader's voice is respected, every leader's voice is heard.
But before we let you go, a quick word on the results in Manipur.
I must say I'm very heartened to see the results in Manipur, Maria, but not only in Manipur, in Nagaland. We have the Congress MP after many years. Even in Meghalaya, the Chief Minister of Meghalaya's own family member lost in Meghalaya in their traditional bastion. And in Assam also, we've defeated the leader of a very powerful regional party, the AIUDF, in Dhubri. And we've taken back Jorhat, my Lok Sabha seat, after winning it last in 2009. So after 2009, in 2024 is the first time the Congress party is winning my seat in Jorhat. So I think in the Northeast, the role of Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, which went to Manipur, which went to Nagaland, which went to Meghalaya, which came to Jorhat, which went to Dhubri, has had a role. And I must say, the way Rahul Gandhi and Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, the kind of political symbols that are associated with us is absolutely different, opposite from what political symbols and is associated with BJP. And I think what people are looking for is a fresh alternative.
All right, Gaurav, hope to see you soon as you arrive to attend the 18th Lok Sabha.
And congratulations once again on your win.
Thank you so much. I only wish my father was here. This is his home constituency, and he started his parliamentary career from Jorhat, but yet I feel his blessings was with us, and that's another major reason for our victory. Thank you.
All right, Gaurav, thank you so much. And we are going straight to two places where developments are happening. One, to Ghazali, who is at the Raisina Hill, because all the outgoing cabinet ministers are being hosted by the president even as we speak. And I can see Vasudha as well, who's joining us live from Chandrababu Naidu's residence. In fact, that is Jaideep Galla's residence, where Mr. Naidu was just a few minutes back. I'm going to come to you, Vasudha, in just a bit, but a quick word from you, Ghazali. So the dinner has begun. It began at 8 p.m. Just about every minister, you would say, is attending this?
Yeah, we saw the convoy of Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, and other outgoing ministers reaching towards the Rashtrapati Bhavan for the dinner, and many other council ministers, ex-ministers have moved there, have reached there. We saw them going towards the Rashtrapati Bhavan, but whether this meeting will also culminate into his taking claim for the new government is not known yet. But the Council of Ministers, the outgoing ministers in this pre-decided dinner have reached the venue.
Right, well, let's go across to Vasudha, and the focus all day, and Maria, of course, you have been reporting on this, the meeting of the NDA, earlier on the Prime Minister going and giving in his resignation to the President, then the NDA meeting, then the letters of support from Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar also at that meeting. So Vasudha, tell us more about Mr. Chandrababu Naidu's movements. Has he now, he's left from Delhi. He also earlier went on and met Piyush Goyal after the NDA meeting took place.
Of course, Gargi and Maria, Chandrababu Naidu just left about 20 minutes ago. He's gone back to Vijayawada, but he told us that he's coming back on the 7th, and 7th is an important day because that is when all NDA MPs will meet at the old Parliament Central Hall, iconic Central Hall, and that is where, of course, people will also get to know it will be publicized function, and that is also one way of the BJP, especially Narendra Modi, showing his power, his strength over all the MPs, because there is a certain consensus that everyone is part of the NDA now, and the NDA has to work together, and that was clearly what was, what was amplified by the Prime Minister today in his meeting, because I did speak to, we spoke to Chandrababu Naidu informally, and he said that the Prime Minister's message was of working together, in tandem, and ensuring that NDA's work gets reflected and working together for the sake of the country. So that was a reassuring message that came from, the Prime Minister. In fact, Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar, did really talk about getting the swearing in done as soon as possible, because the numbers are very clear with the NDA. But of course, what I hear right now is the swearing in could be planned for the 9th. Chandrababu Naidu also told us that his swearing in, the logistics of it will be decided later, because after 9th or after 8th, his swearing in will take place, of course, on the 12th. But as of now, with respect to the alliance dharma, he has his people are making it very clear that the focus is on state, and he wants to ensure that he gets all the incentives for the state to make it fast growing, and all the aspects of AP Reorganization Act will be brought in. But with respect to plum portfolios, it will be better than what was there in the 90s with just one speaker, or what was there in 2014 with just one cabinet post and one MOS. But remember, this is a party with just 16 MPs. So they also need the central support, given that Andhra's fiscal state is not really doing that well. So clearly they are going to walk the thin line here. Balancing act here. Chandrababu Naidu is also a different person. So clearly there is a certain sense of cordiality or reconciliation that I could witness. Probably, we will get to know some changes in the next few months.
What we really want to know is what is going to be demanded
with Narendra Modi-led government.
Right. What we really want to know is what is going to be demanded, but no word yet on that, Vasudha, Maria. But those 16 MPs getting Chandrababu a seat right next to the Prime Minister during that NDA meeting. But let's shift focus to the other key meeting that's taking place, and we're also joined by Sunil Prabhu from where outside Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge's residence, where that meeting is taking place, of the opposition India bloc. Sunil, any word on what is being discussed, and what is also being talked about is whether the India bloc can keep its flock together?
Well, a number of questions, Gargi, but first, the meeting is over and therefore, which they will come unitedly and speak up, convey that message. What
an effective and strong opposition at this present juncture, because they don't have the numbers, but they will definitely, they have been attempting to reach out to various partners, for example, of the NDA, like Chandrababu Naidu, as well as the Nitish Kumar, who have already committed their support to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So it's in that context that they are quite clear that they have that space in the opposition and use that to, highlight the issues and concerns for which the people have given them a resounding victory in terms of how they were prior to 2019 and subsequently in the run-up to the 2024 elections. You saw, for example, the opposition facing ED and CBI raids, as they point out, to the fact that many of them had their party accounts curtailed or frozen. There were some who were jailed, and it's in that context that they are speaking out about how they are going to fight the new regime. They are not going to be taken for granted. For example, they say, when I've been speaking to senior leaders off the record, when they talk about the fact that Prime Minister yesterday said it's going to be a fight against corruption, they said, so very, very good. That's the first thing that we're going to ask in Parliament, a joint parliamentary committee into the entire issue of electoral bonds and to get to the bottom of it. How did it happen? What are the reasons? Who are the people? Whether there was a quid pro quo? All those points are going to be raised, and it's definitely going to be difficult days ahead.
All right, Sunil, thank you so much for joining us. The Indian democracy is alive and kicking, as they say. It's a robust democracy. And with coalition era returning, what does it mean for Indian politics? You can see those visuals, and I'll bring in Manisha Priyam and Shaugato Srinivas Raju on this. Those visuals, and I can see everyone else, others also joining us. Welcome to this broadcast, Arshpreet, Pradeep Bhati, welcome on this broadcast, Anjumara, Siddharthi Yadav, all of them are joining us as well. Manisha, I'm going to begin with you, and I'll ask the producer to play those visuals. A room in which all the leaders are huddled. There is a great degree of, informality which is associated with this meeting.
This is the room that is in constant motion. Look at each one of them. The big photo that you cannot see, but you can almost make out a small built frame of a woman called Kalpana Soren, who no one had even seen, even in 2023, emerges and takes away all the, not one or two, all the tribal seats of Jharkhand.
Yes.
And erstwhile, very good Chief Minister of Jharkhand, and I iterate once again, a very competent, very, public person, affable, lovable person. Arjun Munda loses the seat in Koti, which is where Birsa Munda's gone to school. In 2020, from the London School of Economics, Professor Muklika Banerjee and I were doing our fieldwork in the school. Now, I didn't imagine that the Ulgulan would mean Kalpana Soren's coming in. Dipankar Bhattacharya there, a giant slayer. Who knew? India's former Home Secretary, Sri R.K. Singhji, Power Minister. I want to know whether he's going to that. By 60,000 votes by a person who I have gathered today is the son of a sweet meat maker. And those who are editors of Hindi newspapers in Patna have told me that Santosh Prasad would come to them saying, Uncle, here's the pamphlet for my party. Will you print it in your
these
newspaper?
anecdotes actually make politics. And we'll have a very special guest joining us.
Yeah.
Shambhavi, who is an LJP MP now.
Yes.
Who MP-elect. He'll be joining us shortly.
I also want to just add one line. I mean, most of these leaders there, but did I know, as I penned down my own doctoral work at the London School of Economics, I was comparing the development politics of Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar then. I never believed that twain would meet.
How incredible
that twain has indeed met today. I see them both flanking the sides of Prime Minister.
Let's play that visuals also. As
Yes,
well.
absolutely.
About it.
That's right.
And that saffron having been replaced by a mild shade of what the new Gen Z would call a neon green.
Yes,
So
I
that's
can
what
see
I
that.
now.
That's
well,
a brilliant observation.
It was also
there.
for Environment Day, World Environment Day. The Prime Minister did plant that tree. But
Sustainable cabinet.
Srinivas Raju, if you could, if we talk about all the developments, the meeting of the NDA, the Prime Minister giving in his resignation, getting these letters of support, announcing the swearing-in day as the 8th, which Vasudha was telling us could even be 9th, but a sense of urgency there.
But before that, Gagi, because you've allowed Manisha ji to speak about Bihar, I should take some pride that all of this is happening in Mallikarjun Kharge's house.
Absolutely.
And he's a man who has held everything together, a Dalit, who has been a kind of establishment Dalit, of course, for 50
and
years.
brought a resurgence in the Congress party.
And sort of got 99 seats. He's not being credited enough. So I think I should take great pride in that huddle where which he's presiding over. So I mean, that's I think.
No, but in my work on Mysore, let me give some credit. Here's the man who intellectually anchors me as I understand Mysore and I understand South.
No, thank you. That's very generous of you.
Yes,
But
it's
according to Gagi,
beautiful compliment that is being extended.
Yes,
but
publicly
if you
so.
look at this visual of India bloc, what is clear is that there is nobody presiding the meeting except that the meeting taking place in Mallikarjun Kharge's residence. The beauty of this visual would be that it
looks very democratic.
Yeah, everybody seems to be around each other and next to each other. There is a Tejasvi Yadav, there is an Akhilesh Yadav, there is a KC Venugopal, Priyanka Gandhi.
Absolute diversity
Yes.
of Indian politics, which you will not see in the India bloc because the BJP is a very big formation there. So there is a kind of a monolith sitting in the meeting, and this is also an informal setting because it's a home of a leader.
Yes.
All right, so
that's
to
very
answer my
interesting.
question now, because we have to go to our other guests also.
Right.
Yes.
The question about the NDA
the fast-paced
taking place-
developments, yes.
Yes, I mean, that was expected because, the BJP has substantial numbers, and I think it was very, very interesting that the way they flanked, Prime Minister Modi was flanked by Naidu and Nitish Kumar, and I think they were actually asked to give the letters of support today so that they could demonstrate it to the public and to the media. But others, with 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 numbers, MLAs, MPs, they will be giving it only tomorrow, because I was speaking to a few leaders in the afternoon. So there is a sense of urgency there. They just want to get going and they don't want to sort of delay anything because, any delay can
Right, because the phone lines are being worked. We've been reporting, all the senior leaders arriving
it's very
here.
difficult for the India Alliance to put
Sure,
together
but
that
still,
thing.
they're keeping that pressure going and, talking
bring in the
about,
politicians now,
how the left has been talking about how Nitish Kumar was the one who stitched together the India bloc. And
But they also insulted Nitish Kumar like nobody's business. They insulted Deve Gowda like nobody's business. So if today Deve Gowda, Nitish Kumar, all these people were part of the India Alliance, it could have, the whole game would have been very different.
Okay, so new set of visuals coming in.
Post the meeting,
Yes, post the meeting. Rahul Gandhi, Tejasvi Yadav, Raghav Chadda. Who's that leader standing next to Tejasvi?
Rahul Gandhi is there. And
Next to Tejasvi.
And tall gentleman.
we can see Sharad Pawar as
Sharad
well.
Pawar is there. The person in the center. We'll try and
identify him, but let's get our...
Dipankar Bhattacharya to the side.
I think it's Dipankar Bhattacharya. Yes, that's right.
Blue shirt
Blue
is
shirt.
Dipankar.
No, on the left.
But he must
Left, just in front of Sharad Pawar.
That's it.
Yes, exactly. So we'll try.
He could be DMK's representative.
Yes, could be DMK's representative as well. But let me bring in other guests: Pradeep Bhati, Arshpreet Anjumara, Siddharth Yadav, and Clyde. Thank you for your patience. I'm going to begin with you, Arshpreet. These are the visuals coming in from India bloc meeting. What's going to happen in the next 24 to 48 hours? What should we expect? It's about preparing themselves to sit in opposition.
Thank you for the question. Well, you could expect a surprise. One, we know it for a fact that the double-engine train has already crashed before reaching the station. And the reason behind that is that the wagons fell off. We saw how the RIs left. JJP left them, AIADMK left them, Samta Party left them, SAD left them, SAD Siyuk left them. If these many allies have left already, why not any more allies will leave? Second, the passengers, the sawaris of the double engine train also decided to leave the train before reaching the station. They jumped while the train was moving because they saw that this train is going to crash. Therefore, the people, the candidates that were given tickets by the BJP also left them. Third is their own leaders. I want to thank Mr. Yogi Adityanath, a special mention for him, special mention for Mr. Rajnath Singh, Mr. Nitin Gadkari, Vasundhara Raje ji, Khattar Sahab, and Shivraj Chauhan Sahab, and many other leaders that did not want Mr. Modi to be the PM candidate. They were all against Mr. Modi because of his dictatorial, autocratic ways and his modus operandi. And second of all is that Mr. Modi has not been able to sleep lately. The last couple of days, I'll tell you why. Because he knows it that Sushasan Babu,
Right.
Paltu Babu, if he has already done that 6 times, he can do it for the 7th time also. And TDP, Mr. Naidu.
Well, let's get Anjum Ara in on that. And, if we're talking about what we're expecting in the next 24-48 hours, Anjum Ara, आपका क्या जवाब है जो अर्शप्रीत कह रहे हैं? And also a lot of suspense around कि नीतीश कुमार जी क्या मांग करेंगे government, NDA में और क्या मांग करेंगे बीजेपी से?
देखिए, हमारे आदरणीय नेता नीतीश कुमार जी और हमारे राष्ट्रीय प्रवक्ता श्री केसी त्यागी जी ने बहुत स्पष्ट कर दिया कि हमारी कोई नहीं, हाँ, हमारी एक मंशा बिहार के विशेष राज्य के दर्जा को लेकर के रही है और हमारी ये मांग बहुत पहले से और ये मांग अभी वर्तमान में भी है। इसके अलावा मुझे नहीं लगता है कि जेडीयू के साथ साथ कोई भी घटक दल, एनडीए के घटक दलों की कोई मांग है। हमारे तमाम घटक दल आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी को नेतृत्व को उन्होंने अपना समर्थन दिया है इस बात के लिए कि उनके लीडरशिप में हमारा देश विकसित राष्ट्र बनेगा। बस इसी बात के लिए और कहीं कोई मांग नहीं, कहीं कोई हम लोगों का अपना कोई कंडीशन नहीं।
Well. Nitish Kumar, of course, having tracked his politics, we'll have to wait and see as to how much will he be asking for. Let's bring in Clyde and Pradeep Bhati as well. Siddharth, I'm going to come to you. So because these are the visuals coming in of the entire India bloc, leaders from regional players from all across India who are present here, from Sanjay Rawat to Akhilesh Yadav. I can see Supriya Sule as well, Ram Gopal Yadav, TMC Sion in many ways, Abhishek Banerjee, who has won with a huge margin, Omar Abdullah, former Chief Minister who lost, Arvind Sawant and Sanjay Rawat there as representatives of Uddhav Thackeray. Yes, go ahead, Clyde. When we look at these visuals, this is the chaotic nature of our democracy which is at display, but one which has been great and resurgence of this opposition which is great for the Indian democracy.
Well, like somebody mentioned a little earlier when you were showing the visual, that this is how diverse as it can get. And you see we are part of a democratic country and you see people from different parties together, and it's a nice visual actually to see such a strong opposition together. And I'm sure they have discussed a lot of things. There are a couple of days more to go. What happens tomorrow is another day. But these are good visuals. All these people together, stalwarts, astute leaders from different parties coming together at the house of Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge. And someone also mentioned that, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge should get all the credit. Yes, yeah, he should. I'm sure all of us have given him that credit. He has worked hard. And Rahul Gandhi and all of them, everybody together here has worked hard to get where they are today. So let's see, wait and watch what happens. But what is also strange is to see Mr. Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar ji getting pride of place. Till a few weeks ago, Chandrababu Naidu was being spoken in a different manner, but today he gets pride of place. So this is what, like you said, politics played out in our country. I mean, you need them, you give them the best place, and then you use them. That's what it is.
Okay, Siddharth, come in on this. Just as every citizen of India, you would have also wanted a strong opposition, and here is a strong opposition on display.
Having a great discussion today because I've heard the word democracy I have heard the beauty of democracy when we see the India bloc meeting, but I don't understand what is the real, idea of the beauty of democracy. Is it only because the Congress party is not that dominant in that alliance? Is that the beauty, or is the reason is someplace else? But I think the 21 alliance partners of the NDA, which have been given a wonderful mandate by the people of this country, along with 3 state governments, which were given to the 2 BJP, 1 to NDA government. So 3 NDA governments also in the country. I think they have also met today. The vision is very clear. The people of this country have elected a government for the 3rd time in a consecutive row after 1962. So I think if the democracy was beautiful in 1962, it is yet beautiful again today in 2024. And for the 3rd time, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is going to form the government, a strong government which is going to work for the vision of 2047. It is going to work for 24/7 to make our country a Viksit Bharat. All said and done, my friend Ashpreet, was claiming a lot of things. Who's sleeping? Who's not sleeping? He knows a lot. But one thing that he should know about is that the people of this country are, the Janta is the Janardhan. You should not be claiming more than what you have. The people have, limited you to less than 100 seats. Definitely you have gained, and, you have all the reasons to celebrate. But I don't understand, this entire analogy that the people, I don't understand this analogy. Probably that, I'm coming to that, Ashpreet. I'll just take 10 more seconds. I don't understand this analogy. If a student in a class is underperforming and suddenly he scores 25% and you say, oh, 0 से 25 चला गया, but पप्पू पास नहीं हुआ. ये बात जाननी चाहिए ना. University topper who was getting 100, who was aiming for 100% got 90%, but still the university topper.
All right, let's get a quick response from Ashpreet, and then Pradeep Bharti is also
come
waiting.
Down and say कि यार ये क्या हो गया.
Thank you. So all I'm saying is that till now the Bharatiya Janata Party was accustomed to controlling the allies. Now it is the other way around. The strings are in the hands of the allies, especially Mr. Nitish Kumar, especially Mr. Naidu. And therefore, now hear me out.
All for your fantasies, sir.
So both these leaders have back in the day left the Bharatiya Janata Party and they have shifted allegiance. And Mr. Kumar has done that 6 times. Mr. Naidu did that back in the day because...
Sir, had your allies not left you earlier, probably you would have been in a better position after the results. So please do speak about that.
All right, I would like to quickly get a comment from Pradeep Bharti. I'm sorry to interrupt you because I think they're going to speak soon. So I'd quickly like to get Pradeep Bharti in here, and Siddharth Yadav talking about, the beauty of democracy, and the people have spoken, and people have certainly spoken in Uttar Pradesh as well. And that has been one of the remarkable stories of this election, given the 37 seats that Samajwadi Party managed to get.
Sorry, I missed your question. Can you please repeat?
Well, I was just talking about, Siddharth Yadav of the BJP was talking about how this is democracy at play, and people have spoken and given the Prime Minister Modi yet a 3rd mandate, a 3rd term. Your comments on that, and also how the people of Uttar Pradesh seem to have spoken in this election as well.
Actually, Prime Minister Modi got the fracture mandate. That is the reason why they are looking for now talking. What Siddharth is talking about NDA or repeating NDA number of times, that what today he has repeated so many times that in last 10 years he has not repeated the NDA or word NDA from last so many days. So one of the reason why the people of the Uttar Pradesh has elected and selected us, and we are the single largest party in Uttar Pradesh and also the 3rd largest party in India. People have these dreams of get all the respects and rights of all the marginalized class. We are equal opportunity, job opportunities for them. No corruption-free government. That what we have seen, those recruitment corruptions in Uttar Pradesh, the paper leaks and all. So we want to get rid of that. We want a government which is full, which respect the constitution, which respect the democracy of this country. We want people to get uplift. And they should not be dependent on the 80, those 80 crore people dependent on 5 kg of ration. So these are the core issues. For these issues, we as a
All right, sorry to interrupt you there, but let's listen in as Mr. Kharge is speaking.
जो गठबंधन के लीडर्स है उन सबको नमस्कार करता हूं और आप सभी का स्वागत करता हूं। जो हमारे गठबंधन पार्टी के नेता लोग 2 घंटे तक बैठकर आज के पॉलिटिकल सिचुएशन पे और आज की जो परिस्थिति है उस पर बहुत से सजेशन आए, चर्चा हो गई और ये निष्कर्ष आखिरी में ये निकला कि हम सब मिलके एक ही उस पर बहुत से सजेशन आए, चर्चा हो गई और ये निष्कर्ष आखिरी में ये निकला कि हम सब मिलके एक ही वॉइस में ये कहना चाहिए जो मैं आपको पढ़ के बताऊंगा। The constituents of India bloc thank the people of India for the overwhelming support received by our alliance. The people's mandate has given befitting reply to the BJP and their politics of hate, corruption and deprivation. This is a mandate in defense of the Constitution of India and against price rise, unemployment and crony capitalism, and also to save democracy. The India bloc will continue to fight against the fascist rule of the BJP led by Modi. We will take appropriate steps at the appropriate time to realize the people's desire not to be ruled by the BJP's government, and this is our decision, and we together definitely whatever promises we have given to the people, that we will keep it up. And just I want to tell this. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Kharge there addressing the media after the meeting of the India bloc, saying that the India bloc thanked the people of India. The people's mandate has been given against the corruption, price rise, etc. against Modi. We will take appropriate steps at the appropriate time and ensure that all aspirations are fulfilled.
So one thing is clear, Manisha Priyam, from this press conference after the meeting, that there are no thoughts of any attempt at cobbling up numbers in near future.
See, that's what I've been trying to say in other discussions, that this alliance that you see, it's a
alliance for opposition.
This is a new kid on the block that's dyed in the colors of what the popular mandate is like. Yes. They are here on an agenda of the people. They are here taking up the issues of youth unemployment, Samvidhan, Kisan, Naujawan, as I have said, and I think at this point of time they will use all the media opportunities to keep going back to the people. Now, Mr. Modi is and was the Prime Minister because as the sun sets on Raisina Hills, he was the Prime Minister. Now, he was the Prime Minister, will be the Prime Minister again possibly on 7th of June. So let that part do the jostling for power, and they are away from Raisina Hills. You can see this as a coalition of people-based parties, and I think today, therefore, for them to even come up and say that, oh, we are cobbling the numbers and we are going to go to power.
Yeah, I think a lot of bravado, a lot of statements were made with leaders coming in,
doing the very thing that they have critiqued the BJP for. Remember
Sanjay Raut, I think it was a lot of bravado there, but now the concentration on actually being a feisty and an opposition that India deserves. Also, you have assembly elections coming up.
Pragmatically speaking, they can't keep with those numbers, they can't be a stable coalition.
No, it's now countering the Modi government, as Sunil Prabhu was telling us earlier. They're going to demand a joint parliamentary committee on, the electoral bond. So issues like that to raise those issues.
As we said on day one when the results were announced, that a walkout will now look like a real walkout, because the physical space that they're going to
look
occupy.
Like a real, with 100, at least 99 Congress members walking
the
out.
Physical space that they're going to occupy in the opposition benches is going to be really interesting, and it can't be a one-way street anymore. That is very, very clear.
The checks and balances
With
which
checks
are needed,
and balances,
which will be ensured,
which is very welcome in a democracy.
And some of the parties now have to concentrate on upcoming, state elections. Clyde Crasto still with us. Clyde, if you can comment on that. That now, from all intents and purpose, what Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge said, it seems the issue of trying to cobble the numbers together is over, and the opposition is going to concentrate on raising issues that matter to the people. The reason why the opposition got such a huge number of votes of the people of India.
Well, the role of the opposition in a democracy is to show the mirror to the incumbent government as to what right or wrong they are doing, and if they're doing something wrong, they're going to show them the mirror. And I think as an opposition, that is our role. That's what we've been doing for a while now. It's just that we're getting stronger and stronger by the day. And so we are going to do that. We're going to do that role with utmost diligence, and we're going to do it very strongly. And you also mentioned that will it affect what happens now in the state elections? Yes, Maharashtra is going towards the state elections. Hopefully it will be declared in time. But what the people of Maharashtra have shown in the polity, or what they've shown, is that you cannot fool them. And they've also gone ahead and showed who the real NCP is, who the real Shiv Sena is. I mean, today the Bharatiya Janata Party in Maharashtra has come down to single digits, where they were boasting with a lot of arrogance and saying we are going to get 45 out of 48 seats. And they were like actually insulting,
Siddharth, a great degree of caution
taunting
in which
people.
You will approach politics here onwards? No more jod-tod ki politics?
No, I think we were already exercising all the necessary precautions, Maria. And we must never forget that in Maharashtra, we went into polls in a pre-poll alliance. Our alliance partner defied the mandate of the people, and he went away. We must not forget that. So if people are voting for an alliance, if people are voting for two parties together, and one of the parties goes to the other side and forms a khichdi government, and the khichdi government comes back and tells us that we are the real people's mandate and we have been elected for the people, no, that is not correct.
All right, this is
so
all,
we must always remember that.
History, it's all done and dusted. Now looking forward, Maria's question being that now no more of this jod-tod, and a lot of the analysts saying now there will be a lagam, in a sense, on the government with this very, feisty and resurgent opposition.
No, I think I'll not really comment about the analysts, because I'll not really comment on that.
I'm coming to you, Clyde, one moment. Yes, let him finish.
They will not be able to do away with the constitution, if I may suggest. They will not be able to
let me have my say. Let me have my say, Ashpreet, please. You can wait for 5 seconds. I'll not really comment on that.
Just give a moment. Let him just finish his point, then we'll come to you. Quickly,
because yes, I'll just take 20 seconds, because we have already seen, on your show only, I'm seeing analysts coming out and speaking that the visuals in front of in front of me right now are the visuals of parties which are representing the people. Are the NDA parties not representing the people? The people have given mandates. 21 parties together are forming a government. That is also, how are we undermining or how are we belittling the people's mandate in this country is really funny for me to understand, but I'll give it to you. No worries in that. We have all the liberty to analyze.
One of the important planks of the BJP's campaign was कि खिचड़ी सरकार जो है वो अच्छी नहीं होती है, ठग बंधन भी बुलाया गया, तो अब ये बातें जो है अब ये दिख रहा है कि सब ये बात
बिल्कुल खिचड़ी सरकार अच्छी नहीं होती है, इसीलिए बीजेपी के पास टोटल पूरी
इंडिया की खिचड़ी से ज्यादा जा रहे हैं आप राष्ट्रपति क्या
बीजेपी के पास खिचड़ी के पास
राष्ट्रपति क्या दे रही है डिनर में?
Just let me get a quick comment from Ashpreet.
Khichdi is the most healthiest.
Double engine is going to become single engine. You will see that very soon. And they will not be able to do away with the constitution. They will not be able to do away with the reservation. They will not be able to do away with the democracy.
All right, Clyde Crasto, comment from you before we have to take a quick break. Yes, Clyde Crasto.
No, so I'll tell you quickly. The BJP spokesperson was talking about khichdi, and earlier he said somebody got 25 marks and you're praising. Well, Bharatiya Janata Party is like that. They are the invigilators in an exam, and the student was caught copying and they accused him of copying. But the student said, oh, I'm writing a nice essay on you. So that the invigilator says that, okay, if the essay is on me, you're not copying. Okay, I'm giving the extra marks and you're fine. This is how it is.
I think the best part is I can see Siddharth of the BJP smile. Everybody seems to be smiling. Even as we discuss khichdi on a prime time show. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. On the other side, Gargi and I will be back, and we have a very special guest.
Right, do stay with us. We have one of the youngest members of parliament, a young woman from Bihar. Stay with us. Welcome back. We're now joined by a very special guest, a young woman who's going to be one of the youngest members of parliament in the 18th Lok Sabha. Shambhavi Chaudhary is just 25 years old.
But she's a third generation politician. I can see her on our television screen. Welcome, Shambhavi. She contested on an LJP ticket and she has won. Shambhavi, congratulations. So, being a woman MP or being a woman candidate in a caste-driven society or deeply rooted in caste, Bihar, how did you negotiate through what will be seen as a very, very treacherous caste terrain of Bihar?
So when I went to the constituency, I did not talk of caste or I did not talk of religion. I only talked about the development and all the development that has happened in Bihar in the last decade. That's what I think convinced people, and they already have their mind. They are already mentally prepared and they know where to cast their vote. It's just that you have to go to them, you have to talk about the schemes that you have in mind, and I think I was successful in delivering my vision. And I would also like to mention that you have a national political manifesto that the NDA coalition came up with, but I also had a local manifesto that was only strictly related to my constituency, and we worked on that. We went to every house, we talked about it, be it the Nukkar Sabhas or different large gatherings. We talked of our vision, we talked of our goals. I specifically tried to meet as many people as I could. I was on the field for 16-17 hours a day, meeting people, discussing different plans, how they envision their own future, what they want for their own constituency, and I think it proved to be successful.
All right, now Shambhavi, it's a welcome change. You're also a third generation politician. So what made you choose the LJP, not a very significant player, a smaller ally of the JDU and BJP? You could have chosen one of the bigger parties in the state.
Why I chose Lok Janshakti Party basically was I am young, I am a youth, and I think I connect with youth more. I saw a comfortable and secured future in our party president Chirag Paswan, and you mentioned one thing that I could have gone with Janata Dal United or Bharatiya Janata Party, but I chose Lok Janshakti Party because I think the future of Bihar lies in Lok Janshakti Party, and as you can see, it's the only party of the state that has got 100% strike rate, despite having the party's name changed. We had a different election symbol also. We had earlier this party was contesting on a bangla. The bungalow was their election symbol, but this time when we were contesting, we had the helicopter was our election symbol, and despite having a new symbol, a new name to the party, and this was the first election that we fought after respected Ramvilas Paswan ji passed away, and despite all these consequences, we have 100% strike rate, and this party has always given 100% strike rate, be it the 2014 elections, 2019 elections, and now the 2024 elections. For 3 elections, all the candidates of the party have been winning. So I think maybe prior to today, there could have been speculations about this party not being strong, but we have, I think, worked very hard, and we have been successfully, Chirag Bhaiya has successfully been able to establish this party as a key party in Bihar politics.
Okay, our last question to you, Shambhavi, even as we congratulate you for what has been an unusual feat. How did your campaign really go about? You know, like most NDA MPs, did you also seek votes in the name of Prime Minister Modi?
So definitely there is a Modi factor. You can't deny it, and no candidate can deny it. And we were contesting for the Prime Minister of this country to elect a Prime Minister with a clear mandate in this country. And definitely we were talking about our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. We were also talking about our Chief Minister Nitish Kumar ji, and we were also talking about our party President Chirag Bhaiya and respected late Ramvilas Paswan ji. So obviously there are established leaders that have a respectable face. They do have a definite vote share. But apart from all of this, I was also talking about, like I said earlier, my own vision, my own goals and aspirations for my constituency, and the plan that I have in mind, and the roadmap that I have designed for the constituency. And I think all these factors are very crucial. All these came up together, and that's how I could win with the second large margin in the state.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Shambhavi, for speaking to us, and really all the best. Hope more young people join politics. I think we need, a new way of looking at things. Thanks again for joining us on the program.
And more women join politics.
Definitely more women in politics as well. Well, thank you so much for watching. We're going to slip into a short break. News updates continue right here.